So now we go to what you talked about earlier, section 2.
Choke point.
Yeah, that's actually what I wrote here. The choke point.
Yeah.
That's actually what it is.
I've seen your notes.
Yeah, thank you. We're going to focus specifically on financial weaponization. Now, you remember we talked about it a long time ago, and I think it went kind of viral at that time. PayPal. You remember how they had that scheme? If you had misinformation, they were going to freeze your account, or even worse, fine you $2,500 because, quote unquote, misinformation was being propagated. And if you had a PayPal account and they knew it was connected, they were going to freeze it. That's financial weaponization. Think about what kind of behaviors that controls. If you are afraid that your banking or any money can get frozen again, it's choices, if you do something, if you say something, if that's actually going to force your behavior. You're going to say, well, I don't want to lose $2,500. I don't want my bank account frozen. I don't want to lose my business. Well, then don't do this. We're not going to say you can't do it, but here's some financial weaponization for you. Mm-hmm. And so it's a beautiful thing for these think tanks and the government to utilize this control. But it's the choke point. I'm going to pull up this illustration to show you an example.
It reminds me of, back in the day, but when we came to America, it was because, the kings and queens were telling us, you do this or you can die. Or you do this or you can be imprisoned until you die. Well, so, you still have free will. It's like, look, we're not going to force you to do it. Just do what we're telling you, or there's other options. You can die or you can be imprisoned.
If you comply, you will not die. That's it. Just comply. If you comply, you will not die. I yield.
But he said, hey, why are you guys being so stupid? If you just comply, you will not die. And that's the idea. Like, you have a choice, but it's comply or die. So looking at this diagram here, you see it's a simple analogy. So the arm, of course, is the government, and the pipes are your money. And the government has the power of the valve to control where your money goes, if your money can go, or anything. Where approved industries get money from the government, or where your money can go or not. So people may ask a simple question. Why is donating to funds to protect protesters or difficult or getting flagged? Or better yet, if you wanted to donate to a fund that wanted to do legal action to help release the Epstein files, why is that so difficult? Why are you getting flagged for that? Or even worse, you remember, colleague, what happened in Canada in 2022?
Does that to do with the gun MFers?
It's the gun manufacturers. I knew you were going to point that out.
I'm just reading the script.
Yeah. So I don't know if you remember in Canada in 2022, those truckers. You remember those trucking protesters? Mm-hmm. Their banks, the Trudeau government initiated the Emergency Act to freeze these truckers' bank accounts because they were protesting. And so just in case people don't remember, here's from 2022, where banks are moving to freeze accounts linked to convoy protesters. Mm-hmm. Emergency Act direct financial institution to cut ties with these protesters. And I'm sure everybody remember. And what was so interesting was how they were trying to get around the scheme of banks cutting off their financing. People were saying, well, just open up a crypto account, open up a Bitcoin wallet, and we'll just send you Bitcoin. And then, companies will start accepting Bitcoin because they're trying to get around this. Mm-hmm. And so then they were trying to figure out how to stop cryptocurrencies. But this is a financial weaponization that we see happen all the time. But think about it. If they want to control your behavior, what is more powerful than cutting off your access to gas and food, electricity, shelter? You just cut off their money. It's like, we're not saying that you can't do it. You can do whatever you want. But we control the banks. We control the access. And what's crazier is wait till you got programmable or digital money. Because, of course, if you got cash on hand, you can still usurp a lot of this stuff. Now, if your cash is in the bank, good luck trying to take it out. But some people got stacks of cash to seal it to the floor at their house. All right. But when it's all programmable and nobody's taking cash, financial weaponization will be the easiest means to control your behaviors. You're going to do this or your money's going to expire. You got a time ticking on your money. You got 29 days. You better decide because your money's actually going to go poof because it's programmed. And so what stops people more than financial weaponization?
Well, we'll just begin with ICE.
What's up? I'm Phil, and I am an ICE agent.
Phrases to look out for. Hola, ¿cómo estás? I am a U.S. citizen.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy job, actually. We were told that no rules apply to us. It's pretty sick.
All right, fellas. Anything in this region that's up for grabs?
What if we can't tell?
Well, then grab them anyway.
Sir, yes, sir!
I am somewhat of a family man. This is my wife, actually. Come here.
This is my husband. He serves our country, and I serve my husband.
Go, 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 go. Any other questions?
Where are you deporting people to?
Where'd you say you're from again?
We're getting a little bit of guff recently. Not really sure why. Mostly because I can't read. We were given one of these. I love this thing. The only thing we were told about it was to not point it at anyone's face, to only use it when their back is turned to us. Sorry.
What are we afraid of?
Nothing!
Lesbians?
Oh. Actually, yeah.
Lesbians, yeah.
The signing bonus was pretty nice. I finally was able to afford a gardener. My coworker did take him the next day, but I will find another guy. That's okay.
Got it. What's your name, by the way?
Nimesh?
Is that Mexican?
Well, that's actually a prime example for the next section, the Panopticon. We'll get into that, specifically those ICE agents. But yeah, I guess that's another thing, is self-censorship. And, what did they call it? You need to self-deport. That's what they were saying. And so we'll get into that. This is the next section, the Panopticon. But yeah, that is actually a very powerful tactic. But before we get to the Panopticons, finishing up the financial weaponization, the choke point, I want to pull up this website so people can see. This was an official operation from the government. And so we go to oversight.gov. Of course, it's a government website.
Of course.
Here, oversight.gov, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC, I'm sure you guys heard that initial FDIC. It's FDIC insured. Involvement in Operation Choke Point. And so what was Operation Choke Point? Again, back to Obama. This is during the Obama timeframe. A lot of things happened. The Smith and Month Act got modernized and reapproved. Like we talked about, the 2006 Pension Act was approved. And Operation Choke Point was during this timeframe. So during the Obama era, the Department of Justice wanted to crack down on industries they called high risk for fraud. And the reason why the government got involved is because FDIC means your money that's in the bank is federally insured. So the government is backing up. So they usually say, if you deposit your money here, up to $250,000 is insured by FDIC. It's federally insured. So the government says, we got a right to say something here. So the government wanted to crack down on these high risk fraud companies. They coined gun manufacturers. But instead of passing laws, because you already know it takes an act of Congress is what? It's going to take infinity to do anything. Require Congress, public debate, all this stuff. So they didn't do any of that. What they did was the DOJ pressured banks, and they warned the banks, if you're doing business with these sectors, these fraud sectors, these gun manufacturers, it would invite, here's that word, enhance regulatory scrutiny, another barrier. So this is that, basically that valve. They're like, oh, we're going to cut that. We're going to turn that valve off. You're going to lose all this access. So banks, fearing audits and fines, voluntarily, remember that, it's always your choice, even corporations, voluntarily de-risked. And
so basically, if you're harboring any truckers in your basement, you don't have to give them up, but so there's options. You can die, you can be fined, you can be imprisoned. It's all up to you. We're not going to force you guys to do anything, but just put it on the table. So you need, if you're harboring truckers, you need to turn them over to us. We're going to come knocking on your door, ask you if your papers are in order. And if they're not, well,
that's why I wanted to show this one. Because, we usually think about these kind of behavior modifications and engineering towards us, the average Joe. But this is towards corporations. Like, hey, you banks. And they do the same tactic. They put up barriers. And like we showed in the choice architecture, there's a government approved, which is real easy. No barriers, no problems, no audits, no nothing. Or you can go to this way. You can continue doing it. It's your choice. But if you do this, you might be dealing with enhanced regulatory, and who controls the regulations? Regulatory scrutiny. And of course, banks don't want to deal with none of that. So what did they do? They just start shutting down bank accounts. And all these businesses, these gun manufacturers, anybody there's a whole list of people in this Operation Choke Point, which you guys can look up. Again, it's on oversight.gov. Overnight, people lost access to their banking privileges. The banks just cut it off. So what we realize is that banking is not a right. It's a privilege. And it can be revoked to control social policy. So fast forward to today. Look at the Epstein files.
Mm-hmm.
It still ain't being released, even though they say they could. So now what if lawyers say, hey, we want to set up a defense fund. If you guys want to donate to us, you can help us start building up all these lawyers so we can fight and force the government to give us those Epstein files. Guess what's going to happen? The government ain't going to say that's illegal. But the next thing you know, you contribute and you get this email. We've noticed there's some fraudulent accounts on your bank account for spending. Please call us to verify if these are fraud accounts. So now, for temporarily, you go try to spend some. You don't even know what happened. You go spend something, and your cards decline. And you try to figure out why. And now you have to talk to the bank, and they need to verify this. And then they say, for additional security, we're going to freeze your account for 72 hours. And Department of Homeland Security is going to contact you to verify the expenditures because it may be connected with domestic terrorism. So now you're just locked out for 72 hours because you donated to this defense fund because they wanted to help release the Epstein files. Magically, your credit score gets low. Bank accounts bank loans that you were applying for, some reason just got denied. Government's not going to force you to do anything. It's just magic. Things just all of a sudden don't work. It seems like all I did was try to help these lawyers get the Epstein files released.
Mm-hmm.
Now my life is over. And then when the DHA calls you, he's like, hey, did you donate to this fund? Now you're really questioning your thoughts. What are you going to do here?
What's funny is they know your thoughts, and they're questioning your thoughts too.
Oh, yeah. And we talked about that last week. It's the data brokers. If you don't think that they know exactly what you're doing, what you're clicking, what you're watching, what you're saying, they're controlling all of it. It's actually a controlled national asset is your mind.
Yeah, they know what you did last summer.
Oh, absolutely.
And they know what you did last winter.
And they know what you did last spring.
Yep.
And they know if you've been ice fishing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They know if you've been naughty or nice. You know what's really interesting in this whole slew to add to the deck of cards on the table right now is I don't think that the Epstein files are going to be released. And It's because Ellen seems to be coming back to America.
Oh, is she coming back?
It seems like it. So the reason she left was because the new administration, but everybody else saw right through them. Like, yeah, because that new administrator told us that he was going to release these files. So now you hightailed it out of Dodge, went to Europe or Calcutta or whatever. But now people are seeing her on TV commercials, apparently selling like, I don't know, it almost seems like she's broke.
Free, you'll get them if you order today. $59.95 for all 6. Come on now.
She is.
Sold separately, you pay over $250.
Free, you'll get
on
them
the countertop.
if you order today. $59.95.
That looks like she's got a lot of weight on her shoulders. And then there's another one.
Study of Kind Science users. 94% had less visible lines and wrinkles. That's so great. Well, because it's great product. So I'm also going to give some gifts. You know the brush that you love so much? The
we all love
yeah.
free
So
gifts.
the brush, the Radiance Oil, which is a really great product, and free shipping.
Really
There's
great.
$200 worth of products for $49.95.
This whole thing is under $50.
Yes, $49.95.
That's amazing, really.
I know. 60-day money-back guarantee. You
Yeah, well, another guarantee it seems like is that something weird happened. We have Ellen DeGeneres drops $27 million on California mansion a year after permanent move to the UK. This was, I think, when was this article written? Oh, it says right here, January 20th, 2026. So this is pretty recent. And it goes into, you know, her dropping all this money. It almost seems like, and so I don't know if those commercials that she's doing is legitimate or not. I don't know if that's AI generated or maybe those are old commercials, which I don't know why she'd have to be on commercials if she had her own show before she left. So those commercials seem like she's back in the America land and now she's dropping money, but why is she on commercials if she has 27 million to drop? It seems like some kind of deal was made almost. Like she needed money. The government reached out and said, hey, and then now she's back.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that is a good point. If there's nothing to fear, you know, fear is the cause of safety. Like I'm going to save, I'm going to hold, I'm going to restrict. But when all fear is gone, you let the floodgates open. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the new administrator told her and her wife that we're not going to ever release the files. And if we do, your name's not going to be on it. So you got nothing to worry about. And you know, who knows? You know, we're going to really know if she opens her show up again and starts saying that she likes Trump or the new administration or something. We're going to really know.
No, she's going to do that thing that she does with all the other guests. Yeah, me and Trump, we love pizza parties. And, you know, we had a pizza party the other week, and it was great.
Him and his wife and all these nice people were there, and they invited Jen and me. I know George back in the day, too. So we went there, and you take a boat. You get on a boat, you cruise down. Went over to their house. They made us homemade pizza, and it was an amazing time. I sat next to Bono. It was a good day.
She does have good parties, and she makes good pizza as well.
She makes great pizza, yes.
Wonderful pizza.
We've known each other for years.
Yeah.
You've been to my house. We've had pizza. Girl after my own heart. Do we love a pizza or what? We love a pizza.
We do.
It's so good. So much fun. Now, someone did.
Yeah, it's like I never knew Trump like pizza. I thought I did until we invited me to a pizza party. It's one of Jennifer Aniston's finest.
And Selena Gomez.